diseases and disorders and risks to our bodies and to our health. But also with that, there's also been the rise of research and the availability of the right kind of nutrients and supplements to help to counter that. And that's what I hope I want to take advantage of, and I hope our viewers too.
For people, for example, in our environment who have a bit of heart disease or blood pressure issues and so on and so forth, what can we advise them now so that as they watch this program, their cardiovascular system can be better maintained and they can build strength in this area? What are they supposed to do in terms of what they eat, in terms of their lifestyle?
Most importantly, obviously, is the stress. Stress is probably more than anything else kind of contributes to tension and damage of the blood vessels. Just by being stressed, you can increase the damage to your blood vessels.
Oh.
Just by being stressed.
I'm in danger by being stressed, right?
Well, everybody's in danger by being stressed, yes. So you have to be able to counter that. But you need to understand, and that's why it's very important. That's why we talked about the laws of life, so that people can be equipped and know how to handle life situations when they are thrown at them. You need enough good rest. Again, that will affect this. So that aside, you need some of the things that I would recommend are really good omega-3 fatty acid supplements. 95, some say 80 to 95%, and just on the market, and just not the best. So you have to select the right kinds. You need a supplement that contains L-arginine, not just L-arginine now, but because L-arginine doesn't stay long in the body, so you have to, they've put other things like L-citrulline and some other things that have a complex for that. What else? Nitric oxide. Nitric oxide, within seconds, it disappears. So you have to be able to continually ingest the right things that can do it. So leafy green vegetables. If you can't take supplements, like we said, if you can't take supplements, take a lot of leafy green vegetables. Take a lot of we talked about the rainbow, the different colors of fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables. You can't really go wrong with fruit and vegetables. Just keep taking that in. That will help, because I guarantee you, as we are growing older, the golden years 20, 25, 30, when you're hitting 30, that's when everything begins to plateau.
So it means we were really not made. You know, there are these fables about the fact that some people, it is some human being who went to ask God to give them
long life.
That actually God created us to be 30 or 40, and then some human beings went and said, give us 80.
Long life.
And God said, I'll give you, but then it will be problem.
Well, I guess
so. It's like
that may have been it.
We are fighting against time.
We're fighting against time. Maybe. But you see,
but then we do have people in better climes in terms of where the healthcare is better, where the nutrition is better.
Where the nutrition is better.
People are living up to 90 and in fairly good health.
Yes.
So there must be something they are doing that in this part of the world we are not doing well.
So the advantage they have is maybe, actually, as you said, the climes, the nutrition, the environment.
The physical activity, making sure that they move, not just sit down in one place.
Exactly. And some places too, also the whole communal setting have very tight, close family relationships, which we used to have here too. But of course, we have other things we deal with, like the infections and disease and all those things. So the environment is a key thing. A lot of the things that they take for granted, that they're just lucky, fortunate to be in. We have to
work hard for it. Now, putting all these things together, our involvement in this Luxterra with psychotrauma healing.
Yes.
What is the role of a person's emotional, psychological state in the health of the heart, for example? Because you see, while we were dealing with psychotrauma resilience and trauma healing, we did come by the relationship between wholesome living when it comes to emotional well-being and psychological well-being, and how those interface with physiological well-being. So in terms of cardiovascular health, what has psycho-emotional well-being? Does it have anything to do with cardiovascular well-being?
Absolutely. So like we said, the brain and the heart is another very strong connection. We talked about the brain-gut connection. Now we talk about, the brain-gut connection. Talking about the brain-heart connection. Stress in the brain leads to stress in the heart.
Okay.
And the rest of this, and stress in the brain leads to stress in the immune system and the hormonal system. So it's again back to the whole point. What was that quote we had from the book of Proverbs? A heart at peace.
A heart at peace
is the health of the body.
Yes.
Or is the strength of the bones, something like that.
Okay.
Bottom line
A
is
heart
that
at peace gives strength to the bones.
gives strength to the bones. And of course, the bones is where the blood is produced, where the immune system is produced. As a source of that's what takes you oxygen. It's the blood that takes your oxygen and your food and everything to the parts of the body.
So our recommendation to people is to make sure they have healthy hearts. They have to, their hearts are at peace.
Yes.
By forgiving people.
By forgiving, yes.
By having good family relationships.
Yes. It's very
by
important.
having good connections.
Yes.
And relating well at work with their
Yes.
colleagues.
Yes, yes.
And
Move around more.
move around more.
Yeah.
Well connected with their neighbors, for example.
Yes.
So that their hearts can be at peace.
Yes.
And give strength to their bones.
Yes. Yes.
So there's an intimate connection between the health of the psychological, emotional, and I would say spiritual health of the person.
Yes.
And the physiological health.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So much. There's so much to learn about that, and but like I think you pointed on you touched on the important things: the forgiveness aspect, reduce your anxiety, anger. Try not to let yourself.
That is one thing that perhaps we shouldn't close this without talking about. That the health of the heart, with regard to anger, how damaging is anger, especially prolonged anger.
Especially prolonged anger.
For the heart.
And the worst kind of anger, researchers say, is the anger towards another person. You can be angry about the weather, you can be angry about
the system generally.
But yeah, angry towards another person seems to have the greater damage on your body. And again, it all comes down to the brain, the hormones. Once you're angry and you're bitter, you are actually releasing chemicals that if left in the body for a long period of time, will begin to degrade and damage the body.
So, viewers, if somebody annoys you and you behave like Mumu and you accept it, you're likely to be more healthy. Is this a recommendation that people should go around like Mumu without getting angry and provoked?
It's very important. That's where the balance is, because some people just take it to the extreme and they say, well, I'm not supposed to counter, I'm not supposed to address, I should just take it and turn the cheek, so to speak. But that's not the thing. I think what the balance is that being able to speak out and say, this is what I don't like, this is what I dislike.
Also helps the system.
It also helps the system, because bottling things in can be damaging as well. Bottling things in, not responding and holding those grudges in without saying, hey, this is how you offended me. And even the Bible says it too, that you're supposed to go and see your brother.
Yeah, but you see, if you turn the other cheek, they give you a slap on one cheek and you turn another.
You don't have any cheeks left.
But you go away and your cardiovascular system is not poisoned.
Well, if you are totally forgiving of the person and you forget about it, and you're okay with it, then maybe not. But most people will feel,
I'm talking of angelic persons. Godly persons.
You and I know there are not too many of people like that.
Godly persons. I can give you a slap now and you say, thank you, Father. On that note, we'll bring this series to an end of the Building Strength approach. Dr. Ajibade has been wonderful in educating our viewers and listeners about the building strength approach to health care, the philosophy behind it. The philosophy behind it is that you supply the body what it needs and it will have the resources to take care of your health. We dealt with the central governing system of the body, and then we now began to take it gradually. We dealt with the brain, the hormonal system, the immune system, and we have dealt with the guts, and we have now concluded with the cardiovascular system. All these are very important information for us to build strength in order to stay healthy. It's been a wonderful series, special editions of the reflections, and we're very grateful to Dr. Dayo Ajibade for this enlightenment. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you, Father.
I hope to, when I'm celebrating 100,
yes,
we need to call you and then say, look, those lectures we had about building strength, this is how I have used this, all the information, and that is why I'm celebrating 100.
That would be a most gratifying day for me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the opportunity, Father. Thank you very much.